All right, everybody, welcome to this amazing episode of Around the Loop. I have a very special guest. I finally got myself a guest, a one-on-one, I'm telling y'all, full of stories, jokes, laughter. I'm telling you, you guys are going to be excited for this episode. And it's also a tribal member here from the Res, so I've been waiting to actually have a tribal member come onto the show. So I have no other than Miguel on the show, and thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So let's tell the world a little bit about yourself. Let's get started. All right, let's start from the very get-go.
Okay, born in San Diego, Mercy Hospital. My biological father is Miguel Hernandez from Calexico, and my mom Linda Reyna. Lived in San Diego till I was about 9. Then we moved out here to the Res. Been here ever since. But we used to come out on the weekends and stuff. So we have family out here. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask. Let's get to it as a youngin. So how was life growing up in your eyes? I want to ask because a lot has changed over time, and with the technology advancement of cars and all and whatnot, all this nice shit we have now. How was life back then growing up for you?
Oh man, you know what? I'm kind of like for my generation, in my family, I'm the oldest. And so I was born in 70, and then my next cousin was like born in 72. And then I didn't have no other cousins born until like the mid and late 70s and then 80s and so on. So I think I was kind of like that connection from the last generation to now. So I'm kind of like, I've been called an old soul a lot of times, but so I'm kind of like right. I just caught the good part.
There you go.
Part,
okay,
you know
okay.
I mean?
The good, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of rode the tail end, and now it's all gone to hell. Really, I mean, you can't get off your. I mean, even me, I'm on my phone all the time. And
hey, but that's the way that people make their money. That's how.
No, I'm talking kids. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. But if you're working, then this could be a tool.
Yeah.
This is a tool. It's just but I'm just talking about kids that just fucking around and
but
not.
you're learning though. It's cool, and it's okay to enjoy those things now because I mean. We're at that time where technology keeps advancing, and it's nice to enjoy those things that you didn't have as a young and as a child. Like, we didn't have all these iPhones. No, it wasn't there. So I want to ask, growing up down south in San Diego, how was that for the first couple of years growing up?
Oh, man,
Let's talk
was
a little bit about
great. I mean, you know what? I see kids now. You hardly see kids walking by themselves, but when I do, it gives me the chills because of the times that we live in, you know? But back when I went to school, when I lived in San Diego, I was there kindergarten through 5th grade. Well, I moved out here in 5th grade, and I used to walk to school by myself. My mom. Some days I'd leave the house on my own. I'm talking 7. I don't know, about 6, 7, 8 years old. From 7 on, 6 or 7 on. Some days I'd leave the house, and both my parents. One parent was just leaving for work,
and one was.
And my other parent, Manuel Bojorquez, who raised me, that's my dad who raised me. He'd be coming in because he worked graveyard.
Oh,
wow. And I'd walk to school and by myself, and went to lived in Claremont.
Okay.
And it was fun. I mean, afterwards I'd go shopping centers, go to the fish store and the archery store, and I mean it was we used to ride our bikes down Genesee, going down towards the 52. It was good. Pickleweed fights, and then out here it was even better yet.
Yeah. So I want to ask the life change from the city to the Res. Okay, so how was? I know you said there's a lot different here too.
Well, I'm a late bloomer, so I mean I still like my toys as you can see. So when I left from San Diego, the kids were already were kind of starting getting even at that time, and that age there were some advanced kids. And I came out here, everything was a little slower, so it was my speed. You know what I mean?
Perfect.
But we were building forts and mainly we built forts, and there wasn't Pauma Res is one of the smaller ones. So we didn't even have enough kids to have like a 5-on-5. It'd be like 3-on-3 football, or kickball, whatever.
Such a tiny community.
Yeah, it was small. We could count. Yeah, it was. We still had dirt roads all the way around.
And how was that with the change of community? Because you say you would visit on the weekends when you were living out in the city. So when you traveled, how long did it take from you to get to El Cajon down here?
Oh, Claremont.
Oh, Claremont, my bad. Yes.
Well, like I said, I had family out here, but a lot of these kids, some of the kids here, I met for the first time when I moved in. But yeah, no, it was great. I mean, it was good. We had to go to high school all the way to Fallbrook, though.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about that. How was that journey from here to Fallbrook? How did you guys? How the fuck did you guys get out there? I want to ask.
Man, so the bus would pick us up at the blacktop. That's what we called.
Okay.
That's what we called up there by the church. There was a little bit of blacktop, so we even I remember being a kid. Mom, can I go up to the blacktop? To ride our bikes on something smooth, and
wow. Okay.
Well, anyway, there'd be three per seat, and that time there was 2 active dairies that you passed on the 76 on your way to the Fallbrook. It was Lucio and then another one. So in the mornings, I used to get car sick. I'd be car sick, and then you had to go smell 2 dairies in the morning time. Moist fucking cow shit.
Hell yeah!
Oh man, oh my God. Then by the time we got there, get out and be glad to be at school, and then of course they didn't go to class, ditching or something. But I didn't last too long in high school. I was always a clown, class clown, and then.
What got you into doing that in high school?
Well, you know what? We didn't do nothing. When we ditched, one of the places that we used to ditch was in Avocado Grove, across from the high school, and we would just sit there. Me and 2 other friends of mine, one of them my best friend, one of them a homeboy from here, and we'd wrestle and we'd kick back, take a nap. Okay, we're in the leaves and avocados. And we could see all the kids and hear the bells going. I don't know what we thought we were doing. We just didn't want to be in class, I've hated school, but I hated school since kindergarten. I did not like school growing up.
Was it the way that you were treated in school that you didn't like it, or you just didn't like the feeling of being stuck in 8 hours of
I didn't like all of above, I guess, Because Hawthorne at the time when I lived in San Diego, it was primarily a white school. There were like 4 or 5 darkies. You know what I mean? It was me, Michael Martinez, a Mexican guy, Mon Lee, Vietnamese, Werner Mascarenas was a Pakistan.
Oh wow!
And then a guy named Alex, but he might as well have been a white guy. He was Puerto Rican. And so there wasn't too many of us, and so yeah. And then me, I was a fat kid. I've always been fat. And so I got picked on. I got picked on all the time. Glasses and so I was always getting in fights. And but it was nothing why I didn't want to go to school. I just didn't like the structure, I guess.
Okay, I see.
Even as something as simple as doing your ABCs. I'd get about halfway through, and I'd just get that paper and just push it. You get the open desk,
Yes.
So I actually flunked first grade.
Oh, wow.
But when I got out here to Pauma, Miss Elliott, her name was, she was the secretary. She herself didn't ask the principal, the superintendent, nobody, vice principal. She goes to my mom. He'd be better off if we went back into his regular grade, 5th grade, because there's less kids in the class. And I was like, I was so happy. I was like, oh, I'm going to get back into my regular class. So my mom goes, okay. So I got caught back up just by, that's called a country.
Yeah.
That's a country.
You're the first person I've ever met in my life, though, because I've met people that have been held back and flunked, and I understand that. But I've never met anybody in my life that actually got to go back.
But the secretary, the lady that answers the phones, she's the one that put me forward, and I didn't question. I was so happy. So I got back in my regular class, and but of course I still didn't like school. I don't know why. Now I like it. You know what I mean? After I don't mind going to school now. In fact, I want to go back. But
what is something that you wanna go back for? What do you wanna what is it that you wanna learn, or what?
Well, I did water for my tribe for 20-some years.
Okay.
And I could still do that if I found it, but I'm thinking I want to get more into geology, and that, and I just, I'm lucky that I got a couple bucks coming in, so I'm not desperate, so I'm just waiting. Waiting for my next good job.
Yeah.
That I've never. I guess it's a thing called Indeeds or Deeds or.
Yes, indeed. For the.
I want to put my resume in there, and just put a dream job. And if they call me, you know what I mean, then I know it's gonna be good. This is what I want.
Yeah, I want to ask you. So, what is your dream job, Migs? Like, what would you say that, hey, this is, I'm happy to wake up. This is what I love doing. This is basically you're working for yourself. But what's your dream job?
Well, I would have said, back in the day. I mean, not too long ago, I would have said get back into another water system, and needed my help. Because I'm pretty good at what I did. But the more you learn, the more you realize you don't know. Also, But I think I want to. Remember, like I told you, I want to get into this podcast stuff. And it ain't about the money. I want to just do something that's productive. And
that's the beautiful thing about this. Is podcasting is amazing because this opens up a hallway, a hallway of opportunities. Not just a door, but a hallway of opportunities. You'll meet people that you never known that are connected to so and so, and then you get into events. You go out doing things that you've never imagined. Travel, and it's been a blessing. And so, for you, a dream job is okay. So it's primarily working at your own pace.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and being your own boss. That's what you want to do. I mean, it's great to work for others. Don't get me wrong. I've done it for many years too, and I know you have too. But when you have total control and you're your own boss and everything, I can't imagine that's more liberating than anything.
Yeah. No. But you know what? I love my job so much that what's that saying? It's kind of corny, but it's not when it's real. If you enjoy your job, you don't work a day in your life, And,
True.
and I work for my tribe, and it was an honor to do that. Politics is.
It's a wild thing. It really is.
I was there 22 years though, and then anyway, I've been unemployed now for like 5 years now. Went by during COVID is when it all.
Yeah, in the blink of an eye, now we're here, and it's like, oh shit, what happened?
Yeah, I bought me a new Jeep Gladiator, and I was fired a month later. That was classic. Yeah,
I was trying to get myself a truck too, and I ended up getting fired like 2 weeks ago. So I'm like, fuck.
That was classic, but I'm a grandfather now, so I got my three grandkids, 2 granddaughters, and my grandson's my first grandchild. And
how's that being a grandfather? Let's talk a little bit about
it's the best,
because there's fatherhood and then there's grandfatherhood, and I haven't had the chance to talk about grandfatherhood on that aspect because
it's the best. It's sickening that because the love that you have for your grandchildren is ridiculous. I mean, you think you loved your kids, and I remember when my grandson was there, and I only had the one. And I get this overwhelming, this love and my reason for living, And I go, God damn, it's kind of fucked up for my kids. I mean, even though I love the shit out of my kids, but this guy just took the cake beyond anything I could even imagine. And so yeah, me and my grandson got a pretty good relationship. My granddaughters, I love the shit out of them too. So I got Hubert, he's my grandson, and I got Aurora, my second grandchild, both from my daughter Natalie. My oldest daughter Olivia don't have no kids, don't want no kids. Then my son Miguelito, he gave me my third grandchild, Rosalie. And them girls, they're naughty. Oh man, they're naughty little things. But they're so cute, But yeah, I know. I mean, being a grandfather, right, is rewarding. I can make some. When you have, I started having kids young, and so I made a lot of mistakes, and we all do, and now I could kind of try to fix some of those with my grandkids, and it's not trying to make up for what I did. And now I know better. You know what I mean?
There you go.
You know what I mean? So
now you're more equipped. You're more
prepared. I always tell people. I always tell new parents, stay consistent. Take lots of pictures and just hug and love your kids, man. Homework-wise, I could never do their homework. By the time they were in 3rd grade, they were math harder than I could do it. And I used to get mad. You're not paying attention to school. What? I didn't get you a tutor. I get them a tutor because I was already in 3rd grade. Their math was above me. You know, I was always in the dummy classes,
I see.
even in high school and whatever. But yeah,
Oh,
so, but yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. But you know, so you know, I want to talk about the you know, you say you were doing the water for the tribe. So I want to ask, what got you into it? What inspired you? Who got you into it? That's what I'm curious. Like,
You know
what
what?
made that call that, hey, well, you know what, I want to do water. What the hell? Like, I'm just curious.
Well, at the time when I was doing the water, remember, I also ran my tribe's grove,
Okay.
and then I was real busy with the casino. So I wore a lot of hats up until 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle Abel, when I was 18 years old, he was the first Mexican senior supervisor. Abel Hernandez,
Mm-hmm.
first Mexican senior supervisor for the city of San Diego. He worked in the wastewater plants.
Oh wow.
He would tell me, Miguelito, he goes, you got to get into water. It's not a fad. You got to have water, right? You know.
True.
And I went, yeah, you know. And well, 10 years later,
Mm-hmm.
I started doing water, and I started working for my tribe. And yeah, that you know, that's an important job. People cut corners, but there's no cutting corners when you're dealing with people. You can fuck up and get people sick or kill somebody. I mean, yeah. But we
100%.
got great water here. We got groundwater. We don't have to treat it except we throw some chlorine in there just in case. And yeah, we got the best water. These people that drink bottled water kill me because there's no regulations on bottled water. So they can say it's from, you know, a glacier, but really it's just the city water that's been through a filter.
And do we have like our own, I guess, our own water? Like, not bottled water, but I guess bottled water. Do
Our
we
own
have,
water system?
Yeah, like that, where we can go in and fill up our own gallons
Yes,
of water. And
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. It was something that I was pushing 4 years ago. I was trying to get my tribe to do it, and they didn't want to do it. And then I ended up getting a grant. I'm a grant resource grant whore, and so I ended up getting a grant that paid for everything.
Oh, wow.
And so up at the tribal hall, you can take your bottles, and there's a filter that just filters out just the chlorine. But this is
Oh, by the restrooms. Yes.
the chlorine, after it does its job, then you can get rid of it because now the water's fine. You know, it's been disinfected. But you don't want to taste the chlorine. You know, so this filter, we didn't get the filter that takes out all the minerals and stuff. You want to taste that. That's part of that's the water. That's what water is supposed to taste like.
Okay,
You know.
okay.
But yeah, we're real fortunate to have our own water system here.
And
Yeah.
so, where's that water coming directly from, though?
Man, we
That's what
got
I'm
it.
curious, because is it coming from like the mountainside? Or
Yep.
Is it, okay.
Yep. We got a great watershed behind us.
Uh-huh.
We got one mountain right here. Nobody lives on. So, and there's streams and creeks and there's creeks.
Yeah, there's a
and
waterfall there too.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's up in the canyon.
Okay.
But from this mountain though, there's about 3 creeks that come down, and then there's different not wells but springs. Yeah, springs.
Oh, okay.
Up there that feed into Pauma Creek. Or one of them, or a couple of them feed right directly into San Luis Rey River, which is down in the middle of the valley. And but so on this side, we're good when it comes to things that you would pick out to say that could be a source of contamination. And then on the right-hand side, we got Palmer Mountain. So we got Cleveland National Forest, which is good. We got some houses up there, but not right directly in the watershed. I hope that they're doing their part. I imagine they are. The only thing is there's one Christian camp, and they're the only ones I keep an eye on. I don't know how they're dealing with their wastewater, but we were testing all the time, and they still do. And yeah, we got really good. We're really fortunate to have good water.
That's a blessing.
And I had Palma Creek. The state came up to me and said, "Hey, can we test your creek water for water quality?" I said, "Yeah, as long as I get the results." And their way was they would look for bugs, and the bugs inside the water would tell them how healthy the water was. So
based off the
yeah,
microwave,
if you just see these kind of bugs, then you know step down. But you see these bugs, yeah, it's not too bad. But if you see these bugs, then you know it's pretty pristine. And out of the whole county in San Diego, It's the second most pristine creek.
Oh, wow.
Pauma Creek, yeah. So it's
That's amazing.
We're real lucky. Real lucky.
I want to ask, for being in the service for that long, for the water, what are some stories that you have to share? Some wild stories or things you've encountered or things you've seen, or I guess freak accidents? Because I mean, this shit happens and things happen in a blink of an eye. So
well, you know what? I was real fortunate to get a grant right after I started. For a whole new water system. So we got a new water system a couple years after I started. So that was one headache that we didn't have to deal with a lot until towards the very end. Maybe service lines, 1-inch service lines, PVC or PE, but actually main breaks we only had a few of them. I'd probably count them with my hand. Plus, we also took care of irrigation lines too. Nice. But no, yeah, I was real fortunate to have a brand new system. And when it comes to water quality, a loop system is rare to have. But we have, like I say, we have a snowman. We have the reservation. Then we have 2 lines going down towards the casino. So there's another circle. And then once you get down to the casino, it goes all the way around the casino. So there's no dead ends.
Okay.
That's a waterman's wet dream. No dead ends. So there's nowhere for the water to be stagnant. There's only one place, and that's at the end of Pauma. Not the end, but it's where Pauma Reservation Road and Adams Drive meets, the Martinez's. And there's a hydrant right across the street from it. I'd go down there and I would test there. And I used to have, EPA, I had other water operators tell me, don't test there. That's the spot, that's a trouble spot. That's where you're going to get positive, fecal or whatever it may be, whatever came up. And I go, well, I want to know. I don't want to test in just the spots
that's good.
I know is going to be cool. I want to test in the most vulnerable hot spot that we know that if that's copacetic, then we know the rest of the system is. And never got a positive back T. So that's what it was, a back T sample. So you take the bacteria sample, and then from there you kind of figure out what it is. But yeah, no, I never cut corners when it came to water.
That's good.
Yeah.
And I want to ask, so when you say you first moved down here, when did the homes here start getting water lines to their actual homes? When did that start happening? I'm curious.
Before we had
like a system already intact.
We had a water system. But that's legitimate because when I started working for my tribe, there was some Indians in Indian country that didn't have running water.
That's why I want to. And I wanted to ask, so you guys already okay? I'm very curious to when that actually started happening. When you guys started getting the lines to the homes and stuff like that, because that's when the community starts growing and whatnot. So, as far as the water, what are some I guess what is some advice you can give to people that are curious to looking into this field? Because this is something that some people, hey man, I would have never learned about this if it wasn't for the podcast or because X, Y, and Z told me about it. Like, what is you
can't go wrong with water, man. I mean, like my uncle told me, it's not a fad. Everyone knows you can go without food longer than you can without water. Water, you need water no matter what. So I'm gonna get a good shot of Pauma water right now. Palomar College actually has some good water classes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You get a certificate there. You also can get correspondence credits and a certificate, which is pretty good through the University of California, Sacramento.
Okay.
Ken Carey Books. He started that program. I don't know if he's still around anymore. I think he's passed now. So Sacramento, University of California, Sacramento, Palomar College. They're good programs to start working on your to get your certifications.
Okay.
All you need is your high school diploma to get your certifications to be able to apply for level 1, and but if you're in it, for the long haul, you might as well start taking the classes because your supervisor, your boss, whoever you're answering to, is probably going to tell you to start taking them anyway. You know what I mean? So if you could go and take, if you could go for your distribution or your treatment, take that class first at Palomar. They got a good program there, and then that'll help you pass your test too.
I see.
But then you'll know you have a better idea what's going on. But yeah, I would recommend water to anybody that could get into it. And you're going to start off, basically reading meters and digging ditches and stuff. But once you get up there, no, it's
yeah, you got to work your way up there.
You got to work your way
up.
Yes,
sir. Okay.
Absolutely.
Let me take a quick moment to check the camera real quick just to make sure everything's good. Oh yeah, we're at 26 minutes already.
Right on.
Great. We'll do a couple more. Yeah, because I want to make sure we have multiple episodes, so not to say everything all at once.
Yeah.
So I got you.
And I know that you got to get going too.
Yeah, and I mean, it is what it is. I'll get to it when I get to it.
Am I supposed to be looking a certain way?
No, it's just.
Because I don't know if I was supposed to look at
you can either look at the camera, you can look at me. We're just having genuine conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, so I usually look at you, so it's like, or because if I start staring at the camera, some people are like, oh, are you even looking at him? Are you paying attention? I'm like, So, no, you're good. Water. Okay, so I want to ask also. I do appreciate you having me here today at your area, your place, and with the amazing background you have here too. I want to ask. Let's talk about the Bruce Lee poster right behind you.
Oh man, I'm a '70s child, so we all knew Bruce Lee movies.
What are some of your favorite movies from Bruce Lee?
Probably got to go. Enter the Dragon. I think it's everybody's favorite. But then there's Fist of Fury and Chinese Connection, Return of the Dragon. Then Game of Death, he only he was dead before they finished that movie, but he did fight. They did record the film the fight scenes. So when he's fighting Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Dan Santo and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, they were both pupils of his. And Dan Santo, who's Filipino, he's the one that taught Bruce Lee how to use nunchucks.
That's actually what I was about to ask you too.
Yeah. Then he got better, Then Bruce Lee, he was just, it's hard to believe.
Comparison.
Yeah, he was the best.
No, I want to ask you too. So, did you ever learn how to use nunchucks yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. How was that?
I could throw those sticks around a little bit. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And is there any other favorite movies that you like?
Oh my God!
I gotta ask, what are some of your favorite movies?
Favorite movies? Jesus, Casablanca, The Godfathers. I'm a big Western fan.
Okay.
Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Nice.
One-Eyed Jack. Bullet, Steve McQueen. I like the older movies. I mean, I grew up watching all the Road to Morocco and all those, Yankee Doodle Dandy. So, those were old even when I was watching them. But musicals, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Abbott Costello, Marx Brothers is my favorite. They're my all-time favorite. Star Wars, come on.
Okay, how did your liking for Star Wars started? When did it right away? How did that happen for you? How did you end up getting hooked?
Oh my God!
Just curious, because I know that's
when Star Wars came out. I was 7 years old, 1977, and I remember everyone had pretty much seen it already before me in my class. And I remember telling my mom, "We gotta go see it." So she comes, picks me up a little early from class, maybe like hour early, and we go. We're living in Claremont still, of course. Wow. So we go over to across the 52. I think over to by the UC University Town Center over that way somewhere, I guess. And there was a theater there, so we walk on in. While we walk on in, as as the music's coming and the words are coming down. And we're trying, and it's kind of dark because it's just the white letters and the stars in the background. But that music, I remember it's giving me the chills right now. I remember walking down, going, you know, and we sit down, we find our spot, we got our popcorn and all our candy and our soda and shit. Then, boo, 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 boo. You start seeing, you know, these guys scrapping in a dogfight in space.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen nothing like that before in my life, man. And you know, now you hear, who was the goddamn director?
Oh, George Lucas.
George Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying, he was talking about his budget. It was like small, but he made do. I mean, he had some good people that made it work. You would never have known it was a small budget,
Mm-hmm.
but he, you know, there's more than one way to skin a cat, you know, and he did it. And I remember watching it, and I was so into that goddamn movie, man. You know, I was a Star Wars fan ever since, and I know some people say, "Are you Star Wars? Or are you a Trekkie?" I'm both.
Mm-hmm.
I like the originals. I like the original Star Trek program, TV, and then the first couple I watched. But I hear they're still good. I hear they're still going new programs and stuff.
Yeah, to this day.
Yeah,
they still
so
are.
you know, I haven't watched that. And then Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
This the first one alone is my favorite. Empire Strikes Back. I didn't watch that until years later. For why, I don't know.
Okay.
But Star Wars, my first watch.
Mm-hmm. A Star Wars watch.
Was a Star Wars watch.
Okay.
It was a baby blue
Mm-hmm.
leather, real leather
Oh wow.
bracelet, you know,
Mhm.
and then there was, and it said 20th century on it on the very bottom.
Yes.
And it was R2D2 and C3PO,
Nice.
and I still got it. I still got that watch. I got every watch I've ever owned,
That's amazing.
and I still have that to this day. And I took it to someone to fix it a while back ago, and it's running like a charm. And yeah, my next watch was a Pac-Man watch. Got that one like in '81.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And so what got you hooked on to Pac-Man?
Oh man, just like that was the fate. I mean, that was the fever they called it, Pac-Man fever. You know.
Really? Okay, I want to hear about that.
You know what? I was never smart enough to do patterns.
Mm-hmm.
And people always thought I did patterns, but I just ran like a fucking like a motherfucker, man. I was just trying to get away, and I would kind of go for a little. I kind of do pretty good. I would have people behind me, you know, at an arcade watching, you know. But my cousin, Butty Brown, he's passed now, but from Bearlawn, they knew patterns where they could, you know, they go the same way, and they would never. I would just run like a rabbit, you know, and so that was one of my games. Now that I'm older, I like Miss Pac-Man better.
Okay.
It's faster. Galaga was one of my favorite ones. Pole position, Defender, Joust. Oh yeah, my mom and dad, I can't imagine how much money they must have gave me. Because I was just a kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent a lot of my mom and dad's money on video games. Then I got the Atari 2600, the combat, you know, with the dog fights and the real little basic.
Does it still work to this? Do you still have it?
No, I gave it to my kids' mom's brother, and I don't know whatever happened to it. I should have kept it. You know what? Most of my stuff I still have. Somebody asked me the other day. It was funny. No one ever asked me that. Because I go, yeah, I got my coin collection still. And I got my comic book collection, my album collection, my 8-track collection, my cassette, and it was going on. He goes, what made you start collecting? What made you start collecting that? 7, 8 years old. I go, I don't know. It just, to me, it seemed like the thing to do, you know. And but I never thought of it like that. I like to collect. You know, of course, my kids would call me a hoarder. You know, but you know, I collect things that I'm a sentimental fool. You know, so I mean, I like things that remind me, have a story. Like back here, I can tell you a story, pretty much about everything here.
Oh,
you
wow.
know,
Yes,
and
sir.
you know, so I mean, they all got stories and memories and shit.
And we're definitely going to dive into that for the next episode.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
I would love to really know about every single thing, because every single piece there does have a story to it, and I'm excited to learn more about that. And so and your collections too. That's gonna be a great next episode too, or following episode 2 is your other collections, and we'll start doing episodes based off of different collections you have, just to really go in depth and talk more about it. Because some people are curious, some people are wondering like, oh, I wonder what memorabilia was like back in the day. I wonder if people have this and that. So capturing that, you never know if somebody else is watching and they're like, oh, I remember that, or and bring back those memories too for them. So you're doing a lot for the people too already.
Yeah, most of the shit I got myself when it was when it came out, but some of the stuff I bought secondhand stores and yard sales and stuff. Like I got this at the dollar place. You remember who this is?
That looks familiar.
Drink Up?
Yeah.
I fucking roared when I seen that, and it's not even cool. You know who it is?
It looks very familiar, honestly.
That's that Jones. That remember he took all them people down to, I think it was it South America or Africa or he started a religion, and people and the I think the government started people was saying that their loved ones were missing. He took them all down. He talked them all into going down there. John Jones or no, that's the UFC. Anyway, but the last name was Jones. And
I'll have to check this one out.
He had them all commit suicide. He had them all drink some kind of tea or something, Kool-Aid with cyanide or something in it. That's why I laugh when I see this at the dollar place. You know how you go through the
it starts off the dollar place.
Starts off at $10 and it goes to $9.
Yeah.
You go on Wednesday, it's $1. Well, I seen this motherfucker and I laughed so hard it echoed in the room. Drink up, it says. Again, that's fucked up. It is fucked up, but I liked it. I laughed my ass off. Yeah, you have to look that up.
I'm gonna have to do some deep diving research on that, because I've heard different stories about cults and stuff like that, and religion cults and stuff like that. So I'm kind of curious.
Jim Jones. That's
okay.
That's what it is. Jim Jones.
Jim Jones. Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. And I want to ask too about your comic book collection, because I've been told that you are a very big fan of comic books. So when did that start for you?
Well, I started. I started collecting comics like when I was 6.
Do you remember your first comic book that you?
Oh, I'm sure it was a Batman or Superman. But then I ended up being more of a Marvel guy.
And what got you more into Marvel than DC? I'm just curious.
Little less corny. To me, Superman is one of the most. If he's really the way he's supposed to be, as powerful as he's supposed to be, now the nerd's coming out and be big time. But he should be one of the baddest motherfuckers out of all of them. Then Batman, he was just a billionaire or millionaire that had a bunch of cool shit on his belt, and he could afford it, and so he had. I don't know. Other than, I guess he could scrap a little bit, but So to me, he'd be like taken out quick by. He's lucky that he's still around. Superman, I think, is up there with them. Oh shoot! Right here. Hand me those. Hand me those right there.
Right here. Gotcha.
My God. So I went to Marvel. Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my favorite. Conan. What If. Of course, Fantastic Four and all those ones, but those were my 3 favorite. And here's a Conan right here.
Oh wow!
And I bought this, or my parents bought this, when it first came out.
Oh, I've never seen the books like that. That's interesting. I've never seen comic books like that.
Look, I got my name in it.
Oh wow! Did they always come like that, or
no? This is a special one.
Okay.
Stan Lee presents Conan the Barbarian, all in full color.
So when did the book start coming in this shape? Or they always been that shape, or when? Because I'm curious when they got to like the bigger size.
I was a kid when these came out, so I don't know. Here's Spider-Man. This one's a regular comic color, but the goddamn the illustrations are really good. Must be Jack Kirby, I bet. Let's see.
Oh, they're great. Honestly, I'm impressed, because I've seen comic books nowadays. They're a lot bigger. They're almost the size of your Your notepad right there.
Art director, cover. Oh no, I don't know who these guys are. But anyway, yeah, this one came out. Is this the first edition or second print? Let me see. 78. This came out in 78. So I was 8 years old. You know. Yeah, Spider-Man. He's my favorite. He's my all-time favorite. Conan. You know, in his books, that guy was a slayer, man. That guy was nothing to play with. He'd go in and you look at him sideways, he'd kill you. You know what I mean? And here's a Star Wars one.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's color in it. But this one right here, here's one of my favorite. I usually keep this in plastic. Tell me if you notice anything about this. What would you think?
Superman and Spider-Man. That's interesting. You got Doctor Doom and you got, I don't know who the fuck that guy is in the background.
But what are we talking about right now?
Marvel
and DC.
Yeah, DC.
You don't see Marvel and DC together. You know what I mean? I guess Stan Lee started off in DC, and then he jumped ship. But yeah, I seen that. As much as I love Spider-Man, Superman should fucking just make mincemeat out of him. You know what I mean? You would think, you know. But Spider-Man's no joke. But yeah. All new in full color. So this is another one. But can you? I mean,
I honestly this is the first time I'm seeing this. This is different from comic books that I've seen.
Marvel and DC Comics present the greatest superheroes team up of all time.
And was that the first time that this was like the team up, or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's why I didn't want to
It's
ask.
like the only time that I know of.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have this out. This is like the original Charlie Brown. This is, my old lady gave this to me, and you should see it. They're fucked up to Charlie Brown. Yeah. You know, the cartoon, they kind of fuck with him a little bit. But in this, wow, man, I was reading through it and they were just dogging him bad. Do you remember these?
Oh, let's go. Okay.
I had a bunch more. A lot of them got caught up, messed up. So here's Batman's Villains, 5 Classic Tales. So these were also the books that were, these had some color too.
That's really nice.
You know, UFO invaders. You know, the original comics were all like UFO and detective comics. That before the superheroes came out. You know, before Superman and shit. You know, what I laugh about is that back in the day, you know, my generation all collected comics because they thought they were gonna be worth money someday. Then they got Green Lantern. You know, these are all DC actually right here, but I think Marvel had the same thing. And this is my almanac. But everybody collected comics, my generation. So if you're oversaturated with something, what goes down? The price. You know? But my parents and a generation even before them, maybe 2 generations before me, they used it as toilet paper. You know what I mean? They used it to line their shelves. They use it as kindling to start fires. You know what I mean? They read it, you know, and they discarded it. You know what I mean? Maybe they read it a couple times. There might have been a few kids like me that saved them, you know, but most of them got rid of them. So these comics, when you would come across these comics, like the Superman #1, first edition, this and that, they were worth a lot of money because there weren't that many of them around. Well, my generation, man, we seen what a episode, I mean not episode, but first edition, how much it costs. Oh my God! So everyone was collecting comics, and so they're not worth what they were like back in the day. Because back in the day, they were used for. They started the fire that night. You know, you threw it in the pot belly or the you know, the wood stove or the fireplace. You know, and I guarantee you that some of those comics are used as toilet paper and stuff. You know, wrap your school books in it, whatever. You know what I mean? They just, I mean, you didn't have that luxury. This got to
be worth a good collection, though. This got to be a worth good amount.
Well, you know what? Mine aren't in good condition, so they're you know, you can read them still. You know, and like I said, sentimental value. But yeah, mine ain't worth nothing. You know, but I still got a lot of comics. You know, like I said, it was one of my favorite things to do.
When did you start seeing like the bigger style comic books, like the more magazine style ones?
I started with those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I started off with the
Gotcha.
regular comics.
I've never seen that before, so
That's why I brought these out. My regular comic books, except for the new ones I bought. I've got some new ones recently.
Oh, nice. What'd you end up picking up?
Same thing. I just picked up some Conan.
Okay.
Conan, Avengers. See, when I stopped collecting comics was at 85.
Mm-hmm.
I was 15, so I was going on going from my freshman year to my sophomore year in high school. Already had gotten kicked out, expelled, and got to go back in. Then I got kicked out again, but I was still doing comics. I still had cars. You know, I didn't tell my friends that. You know.
There we go.
I was still playing with my Hot Wheels and shit, and
see, that's a innocence. That's a liberty of you just enjoying.
Yeah.
You weren't stressing about trying to be like nobody else. You were just being you.
Well, you know, when we were kids, when I got out here, all the kids were like, "Well, I think all of his toys." You know, I have people my age, friends, you know, that still say, "This guy had a toy box full of toys." You know what I mean? Both my parents, they weren't professionals, but they both held good jobs, you know. So I wasn't like hurting or nothing. You know what I mean? But so I had a lot of shit. But I'm talking. I was a teenager now, and I still had it, you know. But of course I have it in my room, and I'd still be playing around with them and shit. And I knew, don't be letting them fucking see you fucking play with fucking, you know, cars and shit like that, because you'd be getting teased and stuff. You know how kids are. Kids can be so goddamn mean.
No,
you
for
know
real.
what I mean?
Honestly, it's insane. It's really insane.
Okay, baseball cards. My mom, when I went to go visit my dad, Miguel, for the weekend, I got back. She cleaned my room and threw all my baseball cards away by accident.
Ooh.
I did not collect cards. I had Star Wars cards. I had baseball. I had some basketball and some football, but I didn't collect cards again. And I don't know why I got so stubborn, but I did. I didn't start collecting cards again until I was around 22, but I started collecting fantasy cards.
Oh, so what got
Frazetta,
you?
Frank Frazetta, Vallejo. Oh, just, you know, those real bitchin' drawings, you know, and kind of dreamscape like, you know, and so I have those still, and then recently I started collecting baseball cards again, but I'm collecting mainly just some of my favorites, and then of course Padres, and I'll collect Chargers and shit like that, and Clippers.
Yeah, I was seeing the
yeah, I got Dave Winfield. Oh, this is Ozzie Smith.
Oh, nice.
Ozzie Smith. I got to see him down at the Murph, man, when he was shortstop, and my dad was shortstop. So we'd go to a few evening games because he didn't go to work until later. And so it was nice to go see Ozzie Smith. And then at the time, the owner of the Padres was an asshole and they didn't want to pay this guy, so he went off to somewhere and ended up winning a World Series. And he played, I think, for 20 seasons.
Sheesh.
And he was known for doing a flip, coming in and doing flips, back flip or forward flip or something.
Oh, wow.
He did it all the way till his last season. Yeah, Ozzie Smith, the Wizard, they call him.
I'm gonna have to check him out.
Oh man, I put him on for my son, my grandson Hubert the other day. Man, he couldn't get over. He really enjoyed that. And I tell him, I seen that guy live, you know. Excuse me.
I can only, and that must be a great thing. I mean, is the gentleman still around or?
Yeah, he's still kicking.
That's a bussin'. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's he's Hall of Famer.
Oh wow.
And yeah. I mean, the shit that guy did. He would run, tag second, and jump in the air, and boom, throw it to first. You know, and people would be like, they couldn't believe all the moves he was making. He was so athletic. We started watching. Who's that Asian dude? I don't really know him, but we watched like a half hour of his highlights. I think he played for the Mariners, and he played right field.
I'll have to check it out.
He was known to have a really good arm, I guess. And I have to say I didn't know who really didn't really know his history, but they were showing his throws to the home plate, and he threw motherfucker after motherfucker out, man. And me and my grandson were watching, and he had just gotten some an award, or maybe that town or the state's what is it, Hall of Fame. But I know he's Hall of Fame. He has to be Hall of Fame, or he's going to be Hall of Fame at Cooperstown. But they were just showing him this boom, boom, boom. People would run thinking they were going to make it, and he would throw them out. So me and my grandson sat there for a half hour and watched him all these throws. He was just known for that.
That's really cool.
So my grandson was all into it. I go, let me throw on somebody else. So I threw on Ozzy. And he really dug it. So he's so into baseball.
No, that's amazing. That's really nice that you and your grandson have something you can really share and relate to and actually bond over. It's really nice. I mean, shit, I wish I had something I can bond over with my grandparents. I don't really got shit to bond with them at the moment. I tried, but they're just so different. It's so different, and I understand. I'm listening and hearing you and how you talk about it and everything. It's honestly a great thing. It's really great that you built that connection and everything. And you're very you talk highly of these players and everything. You can see the passion you have behind sports and baseball.
And the funny part about it is that I'm not an athlete. I've never was good at sports. I was always the last kid to get picked. And it's just something that I just knew. If I was playing, I'd be like, I'll be the last one. And I didn't know which team I would be on. But I played all the sports though. I always tell everybody that I played every sport, but only took one season to know that I was no good at it. You know what I mean? But I did football a couple times. It either was overweight in Pop Warner or didn't have the grades for high school. I wrestled, didn't have the grades. Played soccer for the boys club, not the boys and girls club. It was just the boys club back then.
Okay.
Down in Claremont, I did softball, hardball in Claremont. I played for Claremont Mesa Boulevard Little League. And I was okay in martial arts. I took kung fu classes, but I was never an athlete. So that's one thing. And to tell you the truth, I didn't start watching sports until I was regularly. I would always follow San Diego teams. I would ask. Super Bowl, World Series, or maybe I'd watch one or two games of the World Series, or maybe I'd go to a Super Bowl party. But I didn't watch a lot of sports. I wasn't a big sports fan, except for combat sports. Since I was 4, 5, 6 years old, I started watching boxing, Muhammad Ali. I have, you're one of these times you have to show my autographs.
Yeah, we're going to have to do that.
With my grandpa, Hubert, who my grandson's named after. And that's back when all the big fights were on the networks.
Yes.
There was only 3 networks: ABC, CBS, and NBC, and they would have them on there, and we would watch them. And so I watched boxing all my life, and then UFC when it started, and then I started watching sports, heavy into sports, probably early 30s. So and it was so stressful, man. I'm like, I wish I never started. In San Diego, I got, I'll always be a fan, and win, lose, draw, but that's my team. Even if they did go to LA, they're still my team. Like the Clippers are my team, and what was I saying about what was I saying before that?
It was the
Anyway, that's my team. What I was saying was, I guess right. I just started watching. Once I started watching, then I started stressing out. And I had never done that before, and I'm like, finally, maybe about 5 years ago, after being stressed out for a little over a decade, I went, fuck that. It's a game, man. You know what I mean? Root for your team, your city's team. These motherfuckers that go pick teams from other places, I can't stand behind that. Where you're born and raised, where you live, that's your team. your team picks you. I always say. But anyway, yeah, I didn't watch it. For now, I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. So if I enjoy it. Right now, the Padres are doing good. The Chargers are doing good. But I know just cool my roll, man, and slow my roll, and just enjoy it. And but I am. The other thing is, I wish that I see these people, these fanatics, they're called fans, right? I wish they would just redirect that energy and that passion just a little bit into the environment, into your funding for public schools and just real shit that means something. You know what I mean? They're so crazy about these sports teams, and then they don't think anything about shit that really matters. So not everybody, but I'm just saying.
I see what you mean. Though.
Throw some of that. Just cut it in half and pay attention to. I mean, I know politics and shit. That's
another, a wild story.
Yeah. But just the environment and your neighbor and your child. Put time into your child. Don't stress. I don't know about these parents that stress out their kids and playing sports when they don't want to play, or they're not any good, or they fuck up and they get balled out. That's no way to. I see that all the time. I mean, that's a norm.
Yeah.
I was never like that. My daughter was. My oldest was good, and my other two kids, they got my athletic ability. Poor things. But
it's all good. It's not for everybody, but it's a great opportunity that they had. It's great that you saw the bigger picture. That it was not that you're over there trying to basically live the lifestyle you wish you had in sports through forcing it through your kids.
Yeah.
'Cause I've seen a lot of that. Where parents are holding their kids at such a high standard. It's like, your kid's not the NFL player. Like, relax. He's a child too. You got to remember that. And I've seen that. And that's something I do want to talk about on the next episode too. Is talking about parenthood too, especially at your age and early stages of life too as well. I want to dive into that. Also want to dive into more about your comic book collection. We're going to dive in your memorabilia that you have as well. And for the following couple episodes, y'all, that you guys are watching this, I'm telling you, this is just the first of many. So this is not the first time and the last time you're going to see this man. It's the first of many, actually. And we'll even have to do an episode where we go up to Nate Harrison.
Yes.
I actually have a group of I have another podcast that they want to come out here. It's three Hispanic brothers from Escondido, and they want to come out because they want to see something. And I was like, all right, you want to see something, Nate Harrison? Well, I promise you'll find what you're looking for. You'll find what you're looking for. So they want to do that journey to go up with you and do that.
That's a good drive, man.
Mm-hmm. They want to do that with you.
You grab me that frame right there.
Yeah,
please.
yeah. This one right here.
This is a comic book too.
Yeah. Oh,
do you remember these?
This.
I framed this one, but it's all together. It's all in there.
Oh wow, that's
Superman
what I was talking about.
versus Muhammad Ali.
Yes, I
had about 10. You remember these? Okay, that's good because I've talked to some comic book people and some of them, and they were like close to my age. They don't remember this. And see all these people out here?
Yeah,
they have a legend on the inside.
Yeah, and there's actual they have other people that you got like Batman, and if you look closely, there's other faces in there too.
Yeah, there's Lucille Ball.
Yep.
Yeah. So I thought this was. I remember getting this at Alpha Beta in Escondido.
Oh wow.
Yeah, can I get this, Mom? And Mom, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Muhammad Ali. So I have this up on the wall over here. I have like this one, and I have one with Muhammad Ali squaring up with Elvis. Mm-hmm. I have one with him squaring off with Tyson.
Okay.
Muhammad Ali and Tyson.
Yes.
And I have one with him and Bruce Lee squaring off.
Oh wow, I'm gonna show you the next episode. We're gonna have to bring it out.
We'll have to go through my pictures.
Of course, that's gonna be dope.
Can I mention how I want to start a podcast too?
Yeah. Of course.
I don't have. I really something I want to talk. I haven't really got. We talked a little bit about it. You've always encouraged me. And I've been putting it off. I'm king of the procrastinators, but I want to start a podcast. And I'm corny, so the what I envision is kind of corny, but I want to have fun. I want to have fun, talk shit, you know, whatever. If there's a guest, but I want you to be able to learn something. You know what I mean? I really do, and I want to learn with you guys. You know, and there's things that you don't know, but you're too embarrassed to ask.
No, and it's okay.
You know what I mean?
It's okay, and
I've never been one of them guys. You know what I mean? You know, when I was at, you know, when I worked, I'd be at conferences and I'd raise my hand, and if I don't know, then I ain't doing my tribe any good if I'm just sitting there on my hands and not picking up what they're putting down. You know,
100%.
And I would ask because I don't care. I'll play the fool. I'll be the clown. I'm the dumb guy. Whatever, because probably, you know, true. But and then later on, every time, never fails, I'll have half a dozen people come to me and go, "Thank you for asking that," because they didn't want to speak up. They didn't want to sound stupid. I don't mind sounding stupid, but if you gotta know.
Question. Yeah,
you gotta know.
You gotta know, and you won't know if you don't ask.
And if you don't,
those
if
mouths
you don't
don't get fed. That's what I've heard. That's what I've been taught.
Absolutely.
So and I actually do want to take the time to show you how to do that, because that's something I've talked about on my show, and to, you know, for the people on Around the Loop and people that are tapping in on around the world that see this, from the UK to India to Canada to Mexico. I'm all over the world, and I tell you guys all the time that anything's possible. If you got a phone in your hand already, you're off to a great start. You can do so much with that just alone. You don't have to have the top-notch gear. You don't have to have X, Y, and Z. As you progress, as you learn, and the way you do your show, you'll learn that, hey, I need this, I need that. Some folks they get this idea that, oh, I need a laptop, I need this, I need that. No, you don't. No, you don't. And then something I've told you guys on the show is I'm mobile. So I'm a mobile podcast. That's the beauty. I come up with my setup, and you guys look at it, you're like, what the hell? Like, that's it? I'm like, yeah, that's all it is. There's nothing too crazy, because I can, you know, set this up. I can break it down whenever. I don't have to worry about chords, extensions, nothing. Now, hell no. I just get this rocking and rolling. And that's the beauty of it. And having that ability to talk about what you want, however you want to run your show, that's what I'm here to help. And I've told people before, if that's something you want to do, I'll guide you in the direction. I'll help you get there.
This is a good guy right here.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, he's family now. He's with my favorite cousin. So he's family. Right, brother?
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to getting your show out there, too. And it's a lot of work. I'll tell you that. It's a lot of work. And I originally started this to help Kylie out. That's the whole reason I started this podcast, was to help his ass out. And
really?
Yeah, to help him get off parole. And because his parole officer was like, well, if you do a podcast, and joking about it, but he was serious. I was like, well, you serious about it? He's like, yeah, I mean, if you do a podcast, you got paperwork and everything. It's considered a job. It'll help him. And I was like, all right, well, I want to help him out. I want to help him get his feet together and enjoy the life that he deserves too, because it's a whole different story for him. So when I first started this, I was helping him out. He got excited, but he never actually put in the work. And I told Kylie, I was like, hey man, I can't have you on the show and me doing all the work, you're not doing nothing. Like, one day when you're ready, you let me know. I'll get you on the show.
Yeah.
Your place will always be here. But you got to put in that work, brother. I said, you got to put in that work, because I can't do it for you.
How he has to be. Yeah, that's you got to do that.
So that's the whole reason I started the podcast.
How many podcasts you got?
One. I just run one show, but I run one show, and so what I do is our segment is an interview. I do solo episodes on Fridays. I drop episodes Mondays and Fridays. Mondays are interviews. Fridays are solo episodes. Fridays are more of just a recap of what happened, shit that I've been through, people that I've met, or interviews that I've done. I've told people on my last episode too about how I recently got laid off too from my main job. I was working in for 3 years with the company, almost 3 years. Nothing bad. It's just a lack of work. It happens. Construction slows down. It is what it is. And I told myself, and I told the people, like, oh, maybe, you know what, I was rushing to go jump into another company right away, but most companies aren't going to pay what I'm worth. They're not going to want to do that, but they're going to expect the most out of me, and that's not going to, I'm not going to do that shit no more. I've been doing it for 7 years. Like, I love what I do, and I know I could always come back to it, but doing this podcasting, doing media, content creation and all that, helping people get to their dreams too, and giving them that opportunity that, hey, okay, I don't know how to do this, but if somebody comes and film this for me, or somebody helps me out with this, that's what I'm there to do.
What's the name of your podcast?
So it's called Around the Loop Podcast. It's named after Loop Road.
Oh, it is? Right on.
Yeah, I have it tattooed on me forever.
Oh, shit. All right.
Yeah. So,
that's clean, man.
Yeah, and then I got the idea about, Around the Loop, because I was like, I wanted to do something for the community. Originally, this is for the community too, and folks that are watching this, when you do see this, this is an open invitation. More tribal members. I want to see more tribal members. I want to get invited to different reses. I want to know a day of life of Pauma, Paula, Pachanga. You name it, everywhere. I want to go and spend it. Learn more about the community because it's something that needs to be shined on more. I see a lot of videos of people going in different neighborhoods in LA, San Diego. It's cool. Yeah, that's amazing. But what about the communities back here? What about the folks here? Like we need to shine more light, and that's my goal. My journey is to connect people and really I know I can't change the world overnight, but I can change the world one person at a time. So it's just making a difference one person at a time, and inspiration, motivation, whatever I can do to help. That's what I'm here for. I mean, everybody has their own purposes, their own journeys in life, and mine is to assist and help others to make sure that they get there too. That's what I'm here for. So no, it's been an honor and privilege to have you on the show, and just
no, man,
this is just like I said, this is just the first episode of many. So this isn't the last. We're gonna have way more. So you guys are stay tuned for comic books, stay tuned for the baseball, for the Chargers memorabilia. We're gonna talk about some stories with Nate Harrison. We'll talk about some spooky stories too, because I mean it is the season, y'all. I know you guys want to hear about it. You maybe want to go see something. Well, shit, me and Megs might make a journey up to Nate Harrison. We'll go up there and check it out. We'll put an episode out there so you guys can tap in as well.
It's our backyard.
Yeah, and that's the beautiful thing about that. And for the folks that are tapping in, you can see this on YouTube. You can see this on Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Apple.
Really?
Yeah, it's on all platforms. Streaming on audio, it's on all platforms. And then video, it comes on YouTube. So, like I tell you guys in every single episode, audio comes out on Monday, the video will come out Wednesday, so you guys I can separate the audio and the video views. And like I said, I appreciate you guys for tapping in. For anybody that wants to be on the show too, feel free to reach out. I am doing this full time, so this is a job, and if you guys want to help and invest in yourself, feel free to reach out. Like I said, we'll make this happen. We'll work something out, and hope to have you guys on the show. And like I said, thank you for being on the show. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Man,
I'm looking forward to having more episodes.
This is good. I can't wait to start something too. But definitely you'll be on mine. And
yes, sir.
But you're established, man. So
I appreciate it. No,
you're established, man.
Get you there. I'm gonna get you
there. You're making phone. I hear phone call. You're fucking rocking and rolling, dude. That's good, man.
It's a lot of work, but I'm getting there. And the whole point is to make that generational wealth and be able to give my future kids that opportunity that they might not have. So I want to make sure that they are going to be okay, that they're going to be setting forth. Like, I'm thinking of the long run already. Before it ain't about me, it's about everybody else. So
hell yeah, my
time will come. I mean, my money will come. This I'm not doing it for the big bucks. I'm doing it for the love and the support of others. That's what I'm here for. But yeah, the money does pay bills. I mean, because doing shit for free ain't paying the bills. Like, hell no. Nowadays, I mean, right now that I'm doing this full time, y'all, like, this ain't. Doing it for free ain't kind of no more. I was able to when I was working because I had the money to, for gas and everything. But right now, shit's tight. So, every penny counts, y'all. And like I said, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Thank you for your time.
Man, this is great. Yeah.
And like I said, I'm looking forward to really, releasing more episodes. So thank you.
This is a learning experience for me, and I could fucking talk fucking your goddamn ears off. So I mean, that's no problem. So but yeah, definitely, this is good. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, everybody, that's a wrap, and thank you for tapping in on this episode. Like I said, there's going to be many more, so stay tuned, y'all. Many more episodes with Migs and many more jokes. So thank you guys for tuning in on Around the Loop podcast. Appreciate it. And that's it.
Right on.